Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentine Lister and this is my Major Arcana series. Now in today's video, we're going to go over the Sun card and we're going to go over this card in depth so you know it really well and get a close personal connection with it. We're going to go over the secret symbolism, and that includes the numerology of the card, the astrological correspondence, as well as the upright and the reversed meanings. So by the end of this video, you're going to know a whole heck of a lot about this card. And right now I'm going to turn the camera over to 3 different versions of the card, including the Rider-Waite version. So let's get started. All right, the Sun card. What do we got going on here? So if you haven't caught my other videos, I'm just going to fill you in. So this card in the middle, this version is the Rider-Waite version. Most popular tarot card deck for tarot cards. Very special. It was published by publishers Rider and Waite, and the artwork was done by Pamela Coleman Smith. Yeah, it's super cool. That was in the 1900s, but tarot is actually a playing card game, an Italian playing card game that started in the 1400s. So it goes all the way back to that. And it has a lot of the secret symbolism that I'm going to talk about. Then on the right, this is the Light Seers deck by Chris Ann. It's like the card deck that I started with. I recommend it for beginners. I find that people really connect very deeply with this card deck, and it's really easy to learn tarot with this deck initially. And then I also have the Way Home Tarot on this side because this card deck I learned about from the book WTF Tarot. I found it when I was like in the local bookstore. And I really loved it. That it also really helped me to connect with tarot. So if you're interested in any of these decks or any of the like recommended books that I have, for you, you can check that out in the link down below, or the description. Go to the description box below to check that out. All right, so the numerology of this card. So if you look at the card, yes, Roman numerals, we're up there. I'm like, what's this number? Okay, this is 19, number 19. Okay, so 19 is the number of ultimate attainment, and it combines the number 10, which is completion and new beginnings, based on what we've learned through lessons from the past. And it combines it with the number 9. And the number 9 is the end of a cycle, and that's wisdom through experience and integration. So there's a lot of like learning from the past experiences, right, before you start something. So we also have the numbers 1 plus 9. So that adds up to 10, which if you add 1 plus 0, that's the way numerology works, you get 1 again. So it adds down to 1, and that's the number of manifestation, creation, and action. Okay, so let's get into that secret symbolism. Okay, so we have a child here, right here, and this child is riding on a white horse, and you might notice that this child is not using a saddle or a bridle, and this child is in their birthday suit, showing that they have nothing to hide. They're only showing just pure joy. And the horse below shows pure freedom, right? Because horses represent the balance between the instinctual and the tamed part of the personality. So the combination of the meanings of the 2 wolves in the moon card. So if you go to the moon card, like this animal like horse also relates to the canines in the moon card. So you can go check that out as well. The horse can also represent the driving force of life. And here it's white, so it represents the pure subconscious. And horses, like I think I mentioned earlier, also represent freedom. Okay, now you will notice that this child is holding this giant red banner here. And this red banner is in the child's left hand. And this represents passing control to the subconscious. So the child is united perfectly with the soul, right? There's a yellow crown on the head, and that represents this. And then there's like little red dots in this crown. I'm not sure if you can see, But that represents the perfect mastery, perfect mastery over the lower aspects of human nature. This child is confident in their own light and sustains oneness with this energy, so can transcend the wild subconscious and take joy in the experience. We also have the actual sun here with wise-eyed open. And remember, if you caught the moon card, the moon's eyes were closed, right, representing the subconscious. And the sun here represents the soul, right? And having the eyes wide open and the soul's awareness, right? The soul is this consciousness, this kundalini energy that's aware of everything that's happening. And this sun here with the eyes open represents what can be seen. Now, who's this face in the sun? This is most likely the god Apollo here. Who's the god generally associated with the sun? Okay, then in the background, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sunflowers, right? We gotta look at how many. Like, this is not an accident when people put it in here, right? These are reaching out towards the child for the light, first of all, and then I'll tell you what 4 means. So the sunflowers are actually looking towards the child for the light instead of pointing upwards towards the sun. That's how bright this child is, okay? That's because the child is radiating their inner light so brightly. Okay, so back to the 4. Why are there 4 sunflowers? Well, the 4 sunflowers represent the 4 elements of fire, air, earth, and water. Okay, so we're going to go over to the Light Seers variation just to see how this card deck compares, right, to the symbolism that we found in the Rider-Waite version. So we see here the sun. I love this beautiful sun here, and it's represented by the shape of a giant sunflower, just like we had the sunflowers over here. This is actually a giant sunflower. And it's also in a mandala shape in the middle of the sun, representing divine order. Like, you can see this mandala. And that's kind of to me, it represents like a Jupiterian thing of everything being connected and everything being in a divine order. This is why I'm pointing out the symbolism, because there's stuff packed in all these cards. So you can see this little zigzag here, and this is actually a rune symbol. And it's a rune symbol. It's the symbol Sowulo. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but anyway, it's Sowulo on her skirt. And that means the sun. So this is the rune symbol for the sun. And it can also mean strength, energy, health, and success. All of these other qualities that relate to the sun. Okay, and now to the Way Home Tarot version here. Okay, so we have a giant sun brightly shining over the trees and the mountains. All right, and the trees are along the path here. And they are reaching up to the sun. And the trees, they actually do symbolize something. It's not an accident, okay? They symbolize the physical and spiritual nourishment, transformation, liberation, union, and fertility. And the mountains represent, we've talked about this all the way starting in the Fool card, that the mountains represent the cold, hard principles of mathematics and the heights of abstract thought, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, so next, we're going to go over the colors. Okay, so we're going to start with this bright yellow sun. So what does the yellow represent? Well, it represents the soul. The sun is connected to the soul. And it's also what the soul represents. It's like creativity, optimism, enthusiasm. Your soul is always cheering you on, no matter what, no matter how lost you feel, how lost you get. The sun is cheering you on. So we do have a lot of yellow in these 3 cards representing the sun. And then we have white. And white is here, a little bit here, like coming out. White represents purity, wholeness, and protection. Then we have lots of beautiful orange tones here. A little bit of orange there, a little bit of orange here, all over, right? So orange is similar to red. I'm going to go over red next. I'm all over the place today. Okay, so orange represents warmth, energy, activity, drive, and confidence. And then red, we have red here, a little bit red here. Red represents desire, passion, vitality, and courage. And then we have a good amount of blue in this card, like this light blue, and we have some light blue here, not so much here, although maybe at the top of the card a little bit. Okay, so light blue represents compassion. We really want to think compassion, serenity, mental clarity. And then we have green on the grass. not so much here, but we have green in the trees. And green represents healing, growth, fertility, and prosperity. Okay, and on to the astrological correspondence of the card. This card, like some of the others, is pretty straightforward. Not all of them are, but this one is, and it represents the sun, which is considered a planet in astrology. And astrology is actually super important to understanding the cards. In future videos, I'll go into that. But yeah, so this represents like the sun in astrology, and you can also think of Apollo, like the god Apollo as well. Okay, so I made up a nickname for the card, and it's "You accept yourself for who you are." And if you don't know why I gave this card a nickname, you need to go watch my video, The Easiest Way to Understand the Major Arcana. I'm gonna link it up here in a video for you, because the thing is, with the major arcana, you have to understand it's a whole story that is tied together. Also, you are never going to remember every single detail of the card. I've been studying these cards for years. There's still things I forget. I have to look up meanings, right? So you want a quick way to understand the cards. And I gave you that in that video. So again, you could go check it out in that card. I'm also going to link it in the description box below. Okay, so on to the upright meaning of the card. If you get this card, it means that your conscious mind has overcome the fear and illusions of the subconscious mind. It means pure joy, feeling energized and full of vitality, confidence, success, and good times. So what are some examples of what this could actually look like? Well, it could mean material happiness, success, or attainment. It could mean a good marriage, a better job, remodeling a home, moving to a sunnier climate, happy reunions, vacations, achievements in the arts, sciences, education, and agriculture. Okay, so the reversed meaning. So if the card comes out reversed, it's going to come upside down like this. You don't have to read reversals, but if you do, you need to remember that the energy of this card is there, the meaning is there, but it is being blocked or avoided either by you, someone else, the universe, like for some whatever reason. And that just gives you more information about how the person or how the situation is like handling that energy, and they're not like letting it flow through if it's coming upside down. So if it's coming out reversed, it's still a brightly positive card, but you're not letting your light shine through, or others are dampening it. And there's still maybe some subconscious fears lingering about shining your own light. So what, for example, like what could this actually mean, like in your life or the person's life that you're reading for? It could mean delays in future plans for a job, marriage, school, or vacations. It could mean something like an engagement is being called off because of doubts, or it's a relationship that's dimming your light in some way. Possible loss of a job or a home that's holding you back. Like it's not right for you. It's dampening your light in some way. Or the truth coming out about something that will free you, even though that's not pleasant. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video on the Sun card, and this is just a reminder that if you haven't already yet, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for when I release the next video in this Major Arcana series. And the next video is going to be the Judgment card. Also, if you want to catch up on the videos I've already done, or you're watching this way into the future, you can catch my Major Arcana playlist. I'll link it right here. And I'm also going to link another video from the Major Arcana up here. All right, love you guys so much. Take care. Bye. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.